Shalom Akim, it's your brother Malcolm from the Chicago branch of GMS, giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bashem Abishai. This isn't a lesson. First and foremost, I want to give all double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, the true leaders of all Israel on earth today, whether you received it or not. And just want to give a heads up on future lessons that are coming. Through the power of Yahweh Bashem Abishai, my wife found this book, which is called History of the Middle East. All right, which I've already proven and shown to you what the Middle Eastern people looked like and who they were. Momento. Just remember when you're referring to the Middle East, you're referring to people who look like that. Those are the original inhabitants of the Middle East, so what they refer to as the Middle East. All right. Let's get some images. All right. Just remember, so-called white people would never make statues of themselves being dark-fleshed. Okay. More Middle Easterners. Just want to drive that point home. Hebrew slaves, which you can clearly see, the Israelites are people of color. It's a good slow look. All right, you can even, when you look close enough, you can even see those Negroid features, the thick lips, the wide noses. All right. There you go. These are the relics that are found in the Middle East, or what you call the Middle East, during the time of the Israelites, during the time of Moses, during the times of the Philistines. All right. So, back to the book, which is by Elias Ben Donat, Frenchman. And it is a reprint of a book from 1812. And here it is. Okay. The 10 tribes of Israel. Doesn't call them lost because he proves you, he gives you facts. So I just want to give you an overview of what the book is about, what we're going to be going into. Chapter 2. I'm going to hold this up so you could pause it and read it for yourself. So you can pause it and you can read it. So I'm just going to read off the things that I highlighted. Chapter 2, an inquiry into the question, or what part of the globe is most likely that these descendants of Israel may now be found, arising from late discovery and facts. Late discoveries and facts, right, that have not come to the knowledge of civilization, of the civilized world till late years. No, they knew this out the gate. They covered it up and hid it. And now that we live in an information age, they are no longer able to hide the information and lie. They're exposed. Okay? Chapter 3, an inquiry into the language of the American Indians, which if you watch the diligent video of the Los Lunas Decalogue Stone that the brother Kazak put up, all right, it gives an excellent breakdown. And the brother went and proved that the Los Lunas stones had the ancient, what we refer to as the Paleo-Hebrew, all right? And the 10 Commandments and many other things were written on those rocks. And Esau even admitted that himself with his scholars. And then over the years, they've tried to destroy the rock. They took like a chisel or sandblast or something to try to hide it, all right? Trying to cover up their trails because it exposed it to so-called Israeli, that the Israelis, the so-called Jewish, have nothing to do with the land of Israel. They were not from there. They were from south of there, Mount Seir, because they're Edomites. Okay? Chapter 4, the Indian traditions and their nations. Chapter 5, the general character, established customs and habits. Chapter 6, The known religious rites and ceremonies of the Indians. Chapter 7, public worship and religious opinions. Chapter 8, the miscellaneous facts omitted. Like the fact that they kept the Passover and that they spoke about their ancient their ancestors being slaves in Egypt when they left Egypt. This was common knowledge known to anthropologists that came over here. Edomite anthropologists wrote this down. All right. But being that the so-called white man already professed himself as being a Christian, which you can only be a Christian if you're Israelite. You can refer back to Acts, the 11th chapter for that, 13th chapter, because they were referred to as niggers. Acts 13:1. And nigger just simply meant dark flesh. It didn't mean the negative connotation that it has now. And I have provided that definition and can at will. Chapter 9, testimony of those who had opportunity of judging an appearance and the conduct of the Indians at first discovery of America, as well as some who have seen them since in a state of nature. 10, the Indians have a system of morality among that is very striking. They have teachers that instruct them. You can only learn if you're instructed by another man, of which they have thought very highly till late years. They began to doubt its efficiency. The separation, 11, the separation of Indian women. Why? Because they separated when they were on their ministration. All right, they didn't touch anything dead. Like I said, they followed the moon cycle, and there were two. And so this is going to bring out facts as to who they are and that they were reading and writing in the ancient, what as Israelis refer to as biblical Hebrew. Or the Phoenician Hebrew, which we refer to as the Paleo, or the Lashon Kodash, which is the Holy Tongue, basically what it translates to. All right. So looking forward to edifying Israel on this lesson, and can't wait to get into it, Akim, because we're gonna just expose and embarrass and destroy these Edomites even further. Shalom.